Tesla Motors stock is falling in the futures markets on concerns about the electric automaker's ability to deliver from here. Tesla's stock is currently down by around about 7% in pre-market trading. That's after a mixed second quarter earnings report was released on Wednesday. Well, Tesla warned that it expects to deliver 5,000 fewer cars than previously thought this year. That's partly on the back of concerns about the rollout next month of the eagerly awaited Model X, which Tesla's own CEO Elon Musk has already conceded is likely to be the hardest car in the world to build. I want to discuss all this with the tech guru Shelly Palmer. He's a managing director for the digital media group at Landmark Ventures. Shelly Palmer. Shelly joins us now live from New York. Always great to see you, Shelly. Tesla, first of all, those sales figures weren't quite as bad as some people might have been expecting, but it really is the guidance on new delivery here that has people worried because they've got new models in the pipeline too.
It's unbelievable how much scrutiny every tech company, not just Tesla, seems to find themselves under. The street just wants them to be perfect every single time. Look, Elon Musk is a visionary and he has a vision, and the investors behind Tesla share that vision. They're going to make eco-friendly electric cars, and they're going to make the best cars in the world. You know what? They're going to have some fits and starts. So, you know, they're not that far off of guidance. They're a little off. The market has just hammered them for reasons that, you know, only the market itself will understand. As far as Tesla's concerned, I think they're on the right track, and I think that that vision, if it's going to be followed all the way through, will ultimately bear fruit. So does Elon Musk, and clearly so do his investors, except in the public markets.
So let's talk about that vision and Elon Musk's ambitions here. It goes far further than cars, even if it's been very commendable what he's managed to achieve because he's not a car maker himself.
It's true. Look, a lot of people say he's the Tony Stark of our time, metaphorically. Elon is a very interesting guy. He's super, super smart. He's got his hands in all kinds of different things that are all based in technology. All of them have very far-reaching vision, and all of them seem a little bit outrageous. You could call him slightly crazy. Some people do. I think it's inspirational. Whether he's ultimately super successful, not successful at all, we need Elon Musks in the world. And the ventures are risky, and so if you don't have a stomach for that kind of risk, you're right to get out of those stocks, you're right to get out of those investments. But if you do want to be part of a really specific vision for the future, he's showing a path, and he's putting his money where his mouth is. I'm actually super impressed with what he's done.
Let's talk about those risks, though, because we can't sugarcoat it. There have been some big flaws that have been highlighted in some of these models. We had exploding batteries a couple of years ago. Now we're talking about some flaws in the Tesla Model S that were exposed this week. How worried should investors be about that, Shelly?
So actually, the software issue was fascinating because the company that located the software flaw in the browser inside of the Tesla vehicles was also, if you read the fine print, said, look, Tesla's open to security advice from the outside and they welcome it. But much more importantly, what everyone needs to understand is when Chrysler had a similar issue or any major car manufacturer has a software issue, they need to recall the vehicles. When Tesla has a software issue, they can, for almost in every case, patch it over the air without having to touch the car. They can just update the software on a regular basis. This actually makes the car significantly more future forward and easier to deal with. And yes, all cars are susceptible to hacking. Teslas are no exception, and we're always going to live in a world where people are hacked. But Teslas are the most adaptive to that kind of future where people can hack anything that's hackable. And let's face it, if recent history has taught us anything that can be hacked will be hacked. And pretty much you either know you've been hacked or you don't know you've been hacked. But if you're a big company, you have been. So knowing that, the flexibility and the tool set that they put into a Tesla, I would much prefer that to a car where I've got to get every single person that owns that car back to the shop or get it back to someone who can fix it physically. So yeah, investors actually should be very excited about the fact that Tesla's semi-future-proof compared to the non-future-proof other vehicles in the world.
Well, it's interesting you're saying, you know, any big company can get hacked. That brings me to the next story I want to address, which is slightly worrying what you set up, is that Facebook has decided to launch a rival to Periscope, but only for celebrities, it seems. So what do you make of that?
I love it. I love it on so many levels. It's really, it's the new star maker. It's the new MGM Studios of the 40s and 50s. Here you go. Facebook is going to anoint you a celebrity, put a live studio in your hand, and hopefully you'll make the best reality show online, and they will carry it in a news feed. This is going to either be super awesome or a super flop, but one way or the other, I just think it's really cool.